and welcome to day 18 of Linktober. So the main calendar's name today is Sheikah. I decided to draw Old Lady Impa from Skyward Sword. She's one of the few I haven't drawn yet. I think there's only like 2 other Impas I haven't drawn yet. I don't know. But I felt like drawing her because, Skyward Sword just got re-released on Switch recently, so I decided to draw Old Lady Impa, because why not?
Old Lady Impa. Sorry for the spoilers of people who haven't played the game. I don't know about you, but I figured out pretty quick who she was. It really didn't come as a surprise as they tried to play it off at the end of the game. I was like, oh yeah, yep, I figured that out a while ago. But I have mixed feelings about the Skyward Sword Impa. For the most part, I do like her, more as her granny self than as her young self. Her young self kind of annoys me. I love the design, but, the whole thing up at the fire, at Elden, the Earth Temple, or whatever it was. Yeah, the Earth Temple. That kind of annoyed me. But, you're saying I'm late. I just literally fought a giant lava rock monster. Did you have to do that? No, you did not. I did. Don't tell me I am late. I am covered in burns. Go away. But Granny, as Bruce calls her, Granny's not too bad. I mean, granted, Granny knows everything that's going to happen because Granny's already been through it all, so Granny could have given you a little more information. But then you wouldn't have had a story. But other than that, I don't mind Granny Impa. I didn't do all the detailing on the door behind her, because in the big rectangle spots, which I have left blank, there is a bunch of designs and stuff like that. But I didn't feel like taking the time to do them all. So I didn't do them. I did some of the designs on the door and made it look kind of like there's stone there and such, but just the massive designs, on the door part I left empty. It did actually take me a little bit longer to finish this than I thought it would. I figured it was going to be pretty simple and quick, and it took me probably 30 minutes longer than I thought. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think I probably should have put a little less green underneath her, put a little bit more like a grayish color under her, but oh well. Too late now. Well, I mean, I could go back and edit, but meh.
So the shadow prompt today is redesign Ganondorf's outfit. Now, I also did this last year, because it was also a prompt last year, and I put him in like a Vo outfit, and I really like it, and it was my attempt at a hot Ganondorf, because that was a thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make another attempt, because people be attempting again, not as much, but, so I decided to do him. It's more of a knightly, kind looking Ganondorf. I guess you could say he's kind of part of the AU thing with Girahim and Link over there. But I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I really love his hair.
Despite me messing around and saying I was trying to make a hot Ganondorf, it wasn't actually the original intent, it just kind of happened. I just was trying to, draw him a bit, on the more burly side, because I don't typically draw, muscular people, so I wanted to draw more a burly kind of dude. And I wanted to give him his long, luscious locks that he has. And it, after I did the face, I'm like, he kind of has like a softer look to him. Okay, I'm redesigning him, so I might as well, try to kind of redesign him as a good guy, because that's, another thing that everybody's been doing recently is, making Ganondorf a good person, so I'll do that. So that's how he kind of ended up also being within the alternate universe thing that the others are in. And like I said, maybe they could all be part of the same story. Got another prompt coming up. Maybe Zelda will end up in this random AU that I've accidentally created as well. But the idea kind of was that he is like the Night King. He's the kind king who is also the knight. This is like before corruption kind of a thing was the original intent, was this is who he was before the darkness and malice of demise gets to him. I don't know, but now that I've kind of like got them all working together, maybe he doesn't turn bad in this alternate universe. Maybe somebody else goes bad. Hint hint for the future. But I am really happy with how he came out. I did spend way longer on this than I thought I was going to. My favorite part is definitely the hair, which I'm very sad to say the camera does not pick up very well at all. It like oversaturates it because of the red that I used. But it's like if you look at it in person, it's like it's luscious, and it's like you've got the lowlights and you've got the highlights, and it's lovely. The other weird thing about this one is I started with the hair, and then the very last thing I did was his skin, which is like usually the absolute opposite of how I work. I usually do the skin first and then the hair last. Don't ask me why, it's just sort of always been my process. But for some reason I wanted to start with the hair, and I avoided the skin the entire time, and he was looking a lot like a vampire for a while there. I really should have saved the hair for last, though, because as I've mentioned in an earlier Linktober, red tends to like to spread very, very easily. Like other colors, even if you kind of touch into them and stuff like that, they won't necessarily spread too much, they won't blend too much unless you're purposefully trying to. But red, like, you breathe near it with another marker and it's like, oh, I'm everywhere. So going in to do the skin was a little nerve-wracking because I already had all that red down and I was like, oh no, what have I done? His colors, I knew generally what colors I wanted to use on him. I just wasn't entirely sure which ones were gonna go where. Um, but I did figure it out, and I do like where I put them all. The only thing I'm not sure about is the base color of the shirt. I kind of feel like I should have just left it white, like just like the paper color, rather than using the gray marker on it, making it darker. But I do still kind of like the darker ashy color on the shirt as well. But he came out very vibrant, but again, the camera will not pick it up right, and it really annoys me. I don't know why, but with like just certain colors, certain color combinations, the camera just doesn't like it. So there's a bunch of these this year that like they look so good in person, and I try to, get the camera to read it right, and it just won't, and it makes me sad. But yeah. So yeah, this is my good guy, sexy Ganondorf good guy. And I like him. I like how he came out, and I had something else to say. I don't remember now. The end of day 18. Camera, why you no show colors like the as you should. But yes, I hope you liked my Granny Impa and my redesigned Good King Ganondorf. And maybe you'll join me around for the rest of Linktober. Till tomorrow. Bye.